Welcome to Jain Farm Fresh. Jain Farm Fresh is a subsidiary company of Jain Irrigation, and I am Athang Jain. I am the grandson of Mr. Bhavarlal Jain, who was the founder of this company. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of a brief background about the company and our relationship with Coke. So we started back in 1995 processing of mangoes and dehydrating onions. The idea was that we were already selling quite a bit of micro irrigation and inputs to the farmers, and they were making really good produce and high yields into their farms, but they were not able to get good quality, good returns on their crops. So we decided to buy back their produce and export it to various large multinational food companies. And India is obviously the largest market where we supply to Coke. And we are very happy with the relationship and how it has grown over the years. And we are looking forward to it growing much further in close cooperation with your management.
We are at our fruit processing plant. We have 3 plants for fruit processing at Jalgaon and 2 plants at Chittoor. We process fruits like mango, banana, guava, papaya, pomegranate, strawberry, oranges. We are in the fruit receiving area. Fruits like banana, mango and papaya, we get it in green form, which is unripe condition, and then we ripe them in the ripening chambers which we have in the facility. As you can see, we are getting banana which is in the loom form, and my colleagues are cutting it into fingers, and these fingers after washing will be put into crates, and those crates will be shifted to the ripening chamber. So this is one of the ripening chambers which we have, where we are controlling temperature and humidity mainly. So from the green fruit, over the period of ripening, it will get converted into yellow fruit. The starch content will reduce and the sugar contents in the fruit will increase during this ripening process. Ripening process is typically 6 to 7 day process, during which the complete ripening will take place. In this plant, we have 4 aseptic lines, 1 line for orange and 1 line for pomegranate. Total we can process 800 tons of fruit per day in this plant. Here we see the dumping of ripe fruit which is happening over here. Post dumping, it will go for washing with the hot water, and then it will be inspected to remove any damaged or unripe fruit. Banana being very sensitive commodity, each banana needs to be peeled manually. The ladies over here are picking up banana from the bottom conveyor, removing peel from one side and placing the peeled banana on the top belt. Once peeling is carried out, it will go for mashing. Banana being very sensitive to oxidation and browning, all the processing of banana happens under CO2 blanketing after mashing. So post mashing, this pulp will go to pulper and refiners, where we will remove the bigger particles as well as the seeds which are there in the banana, and then the pulp will be going for aseptic processing to the sterilizer. Now sterilizer is the heart of aseptic plant, where product is heated for short time at a high temperature and immediately cooled. Because of this heating and cooling, all the microbes which are present in the pulp, they get killed, and this causes a natural preservation of the fruit pulp, and then that is taken to the aseptic plant in the filling area for filling into a aseptic bag. What we see in the background over there is a sterilizer, which is a 5-ton sterilizer. A typically mango or a banana pulp will pass through that and then get sterilized. This is a control panel for the sterilizer, where all the data recording is carried out, and ultimately this whole information is available permanently to the company, and exactly we know it at what point, what is the time and temperature which is there for doing the sterilization of the product. After sterilization of the product is coming to this filling room. This is a aseptic filler where product filling will be carried out. Now the product is already sterilized, so we'll fill into a pre-sterilized aseptic bag under the sterile conditions of this chamber. The filling chamber you can see, where we maintain the steam pressure and adequate temperature to ensure the condition are sterile over there. And once the filling is carried out, we take the samples like this. As you can see, this is a banana puree sample, and samples like this will go to the lab for further testing. Let's go to the lab and start the testing over there. This is the in-process lab. As per sampling plan, the samples are collected from various stages of process and brought over here for analysis of Brix, pH, acidity, ascorbic acid content, consistency, spec count, taste, flavor and aroma of the product. And then we also collect samples for sending into Jain R&D for finished product analysis. This lab is basically getting utilized for testing the finished products as well as doing research and development on food and agriculture. The registration of the samples received from the plant is being carried out over here, and then these samples will be given for various analysis. First analysis will be the sensory analysis. A typical sample will be received through the window and the analyst will do the analysis on the same. Instead of just doing the visual analysis, we test the product for color using a Hunter Color Lab. So this is an equipment which is Hunter Color Lab. Like my colleague is pouring the sample in the sample cup and then he'll place it on the equipment and then take the reading which will come on the computer. So after color analysis, the next analysis which we do is the viscosity of the product. So for viscosity, we use Brookfield viscometer. So there is a spindle which is rotating in the banana puree over here and the reading is coming on the equipment. For Brix, we use Etago refractometer to do the testing. So we'll place the sample on the equipment and then we'll take the reading. So we have what we call as a auto titrator. So she'll take a sample, dilute it and then titrate it with the NaOH, and then the reading will be coming in form of acidity.